Hello, welcome to another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. Today we'll be covering the fifth, the final, and we're kind of happy it's the last one
I'm so happy.
of the of the Test match series between Australia and England.
Have you ever not enjoyed a test series as much as this one?
India was poor.
Yeah, that was
this one's worse because it meant more. And it was a pretty one-sided result.
But also, it's still ongoing because Australia still haven't picked up that last wicket.
Right, well,
So,
yeah,
a timeless test.
exactly. So we're going to be going through that, and then I think we're gonna have to address the negatives for England. We're going to make sure that we address the positives for Australia, because you can't smash someone like they did us without playing well. Probably not true.
Their players are shit.
And then we're gonna have to look at our predictions.
Yeah, I can't remember what mine was.
Right.
4-0.
I mean, also for players we picked to do well, see how they did. Don't do it now. We're going to do it later.
Okay, yeah.
I can see you just looking at it, just going to rattle them off. And yeah, that's going to be today's podcast. But before we get onto that, mate, I just want a little catch. How are you doing, mate?
Good,
Just
mate,
a little
good.
catch up, yeah?
Yeah, I am ecstatic that Ashes series is over.
Good, isn't it?
Because it's all about ODI cricket now. That's the leading.
Well, that's what
the
matters.
number one.
That's what matters. Is,
like-
I mean, we had...
They're not in a uniform, then
To
I'm
be
bothered.
fair, I don't think... I mean, the pink ball test matches shouldn't count. So it's not 4-0. Is it?
Also, we should have 4-day test matches, and a lot of those would have been draws anyway.
Would you care if it was 5-0? Is it better that it was
Yeah, it's better.
4-0?
It's better than it's 4-0. But like I said, really should be
5-0.
3-1. What even 3-2?
Go on.
They didn't pick up all the wickets.
Oh, no, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, but you call it a day, don't you?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I almost got locked out today. This was weird.
What, have you...
Yeah, so just before you came, I put down to the garage, get myself a couple of buds.
Nice.
And,
Couple of rattlers.
And I literally left the house about, I don't know, all of 3 or 4 minutes.
Right.
Came back and I must have bent the key in my pocket while walking to the garage. And
In the gym.
it wouldn't fit into the keyhole.
Right.
And none of the windows were open, so
What do you do?
I kind of quickly understood that it was a bent key. So, which this is dangerous. I had to kind of like, while it was in the keyhole.
You bent it in the lock.
Yeah.
You idiot.
What's wrong with that?
Because that's how you snap it off in the lock and then you're
Yeah.
totally fudged.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fair play,
I
mate.
might give you a key before you leave. Or actually, I might just put that spare key on my key ring.
Hey. You smart. Very clever.
Are you alright?
I'm great, mate. Actually, top of my game, I think.
What's new?
Really good.
What's new?
Just nothing new, mate. Just everything is...
Coming up Millhouse.
You've got a new bit of art.
I have.
New bit of art here.
Went all the way to Devon for that.
Jesus Christ. No, you didn't. What, you drove to Devon?
Yeah.
Why don't you just get it posted? It's massive as well.
Because you don't know what it's going to be like.
Oh,
Well-
so you drove there not really knowing whether you wanted it or not?
Oh, I bought the chair, and then that was like this like icing on the cake, isn't it? They can't really see this.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So, right, let's get into the test match, mate. Enough. Who won the toss, mate? Who won the toss?
Well, generally, cricket is won the toss.
Nice.
Just cricket is winning, isn't it?
Do you not know?
Oh, I'll find out for you. England won the toss and decided to bat. Do you remember when they bowled that one?
I do remember when they bowled that one time. What a
could've
joke
done-
that was. Right.
Think
We
it's
chose to bat first.
made 346. And people were saying, that's not a bad score because this pitch is going to misbehave.
Right. Well,
Didn't do anything.
it did, didn't it? Third innings. But let's have a look. First innings, Alistair Cook, he's in a world of form, 39.
Yeah,
Not too bad for an opener. You're going to take that.
Tell you what,
LB
Hazelwood's had a good tour. And
LBW.
he's got a cookie.
We've seen that before.
Yeah.
Stoner, 24. What do we think of his series?
The big Stoneman.
The big stony wony.
Well,
Stonester.
out of the 3 or 4 openers,
Openers. Okay.
excluding Cook, he's probably
The best one.
still the front runner.
Yes, I would agree. I
Unless-
don't think he hasn't had a terrible series. He is
No,
not the problem.
It hasn't been, he still hasn't got that 100.
No, but I'm quite happy to stick with him as England's
so
opener.
am I. I think a lot of people actually are quite happy.
I want to
about
see
that.
how he does in England.
about the Stoneman. Well, we're off to New Zealand next.
Yeah, that's all right. That's pretty similar, isn't it?
So at least we'll win something. I've been
Careful,
told
mate.
off. I've been told off so many times on this podcast for saying things like that.
You shouldn't. I don't. Well, we'll get around to that. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the podcast. We'll talk looking forward. We'll look forward at the end. Right, Vincey at 3.
Well, so what's the difference between Vince and Stoneman? Honestly, this series. What's the difference been? Like neither
I
of them have got
would
100.
say Stoneman's made more runs, and he's got more 50s.
Do you want me to have a look?
Yes.
What
do you think? Who do you think's got more runs?
I think
Has Vince made like 180 in the first game?
Ashes.
I think he made an 80. Stoneman made a couple of 50s, I guess. A couple of 50s. Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
I'm trying to find.
I think Stoneman's been more consistent.
Here we go. Here's some study waddies.
Right, hit us up.
Vince, average of 26 this tour.
Right.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah. You got an 80 something, didn't he?
2 50s with a high score of 80.
Right. So that's one of the 50s, isn't it?
While Stoneman, it's an average of 25.
Damn.
With 2 50s, top score of 56. Vince,
I'll tell you what, mate.
with 10 more runs to his name.
You're absolutely right. They're very close. That's pretty much...
It's weird, isn't it? Because a lot of people are actually out there going, yeah, Stoneman looks a good player. He's one, keep him in the side. A lot of people are saying, well, should Vince be at number 3 when...
No.
No?
No.
But what, is that fair?
Yes.
Should they both be axed? I can't...
Should they both be axed?
Well,
No.
if one goes, shouldn't the other?
No, because they play different positions. One's an opener.
Yeah, but
One's a number 3.
Well-
Vince isn't the best. Vince is not the best number 3 in that batting lineup.
Vince is
Whereas
big force.
Stoneman is the best
No.
opener in that batting lineup, apart from Cook, and you need 2 of them.
Though Vince has been forced to probably play that role, hasn't he? Because Joe Root's
Where?
he's constantly crying.
Right.
Do you know why he was dehydrated? Because of the amount of tears that was coming out of his eyes.
But I don't know. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? But you may as well keep him. It hasn't gone that bad. At 26, and we're saying may as well keep him. All right, then. So he gets out for 25.
No, stats don't tell you everything because here Alistair Cook's got an average of 47 this series.
Right, exactly.
So stats.
Yeah.
Can you know?
Has Alistair Cook had a good series?
No.
He
got one big daddy.
He got
ton.
a massive ton.
244 not out. That helps.
That is massive, but I'd prefer him doing a Joe Root and going on a run of 50s, to be honest.
Don't say that.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Well, he's not. He's only got one.
It doesn't matter.
He's got one in like a year.
No.
Well, he's got 200s in a year.
Got that big daddy one against West Indies, didn't they?
Right. But it's been a very long time since it. Oh, fucking hell, Tony.
It's my girlfriend.
It's not your girlfriend. Well, I hope not. Right. That's unprofessional, that.
Wants to invite me to the pub, doesn't he?
Right, but that isn't. You're not going to answer it.
All right, mate, you're on the podcast.
That is unprofessional.
129 people listening.
Yeah.
Anything to say to them?
You just. What we do here, if you just want a little insight to our setup.
Do you think we should do like a video, like a setup of like what it's like to
when
be?
We've got 1,000 followers. Is Dave gets up the scorecard on his phone and he does some fancy little magic and puts it on his telly, so we can both look at it, nice and big, and we can see what's going on.
But there's sometimes, right? This is completely off topic, but
and then he locked his phone, so it turned off.
Sometimes me and Owen, we play Xbox together sometimes, don't we?
Yeah, we do, mate. We're friends, me.
We'll play on, we like to see each other outside of the podcast.
It's not a purely professional relationship.
That's just the brainstorm ideas.
Right, yeah, mostly.
But sometimes we'll be playing Xbox and then we'll stay up late and cricket will be on.
Yeah.
And Owen will put it on his phone. Started off so we can both watch it. Then Owen becomes annoyed because he can't see it that well. So hogs the phone and won't let me watch it.
Listen, there's nowhere good to proper phone. Look, everyone's had this problem. When you're trying to watch sport on your phone, first of all, the phones aren't big enough to be watching sport on without holding them right next to your eyeballs.
Yeah. Maybe we should
Second
get
of
VR.
all, I don't have a good like rubbery cover for my phone,
Oh.
so it stands up. So they slide all over the place, and you're sat too far back, and plus having it just underneath the telly,
It's
so you're
great viewing.
awful.
What did you think of the coverage now it went on to BT Sport?
It was alright.
Oh, come
It
on.
annoyed me that the football bloke was doing it,
F1 as well.
but I don't understand that.
Oh, yeah, but come on. I'm a big Graham Swan fan, but you can't put him next to Michael Holden. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
You
and,
can't
like,
put David
you
Gower
want
next to
people who
Michael Vaughan.
Well, Swan, you want people who are going to stay there for the whole tour.
This is the first time I've ever done it. Second time.
At least he managed to get through this one, even though we lost.
Do you know what? It was like I was able to access BT Sport for free because of like some deal that EE do with BT
Right.
Sport, right? So I didn't have to pay for it. Was pleased about that, but I can only get it on my phone, which wasn't ideal. But at the same time, I didn't think the coverage was that great.
What do you want them? What's the difference? What's the difference between what they did and what Sky do?
The commentators.
Being you like boycott,
I do like Jeffrey Boycott,
Right.
and I long time ago said Jeffrey Boycott needs to move to Sky so I can pay
Yeah.
Sky. He didn't move. I still pay Sky.
right?
I'm a big Boycott fan, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I think if
Who don't you like?
I
Do
like
you want Mark back? You want Mark to go to BT? Do
Mark
you? you want our way into the
I like that guy who
bleachers?
smokes and smells. What's his name? Ian. What's his name?
He does a lot of the
Oh, he does
county
the county
cricket,
stuff.
doesn't he?
I want Rob Key's
The one
fat
who-
red face knocking around.
Yeah, that Ian guy. Do you remember watching him do the masterclass with Shane Warne? And it
What's
was
his
just
name?
like
What's his
watching like a
name?
year 7 hang out with a year
It's like
11.
Ian Chappell. I forgot what his name is.
It's like, oh, show us the top spinner,
Oh,
Warney.
you
Oh, show us the top
You
spinner.
should see NASA with Amy Dividius. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, I did.
He's rodding him left, right, and centre. Being like, yeah, play that 360 shot.
Oh, no one plays it like you. No one plays it like you.
Anyway,
Okay,
I
sorry.
think if your leading commentator is Michael Vaughan, like I quite like Michael
No.
Vaughan on Test Match Special.
He's got no charisma though, is he?
but like he just
He's
like,
he's a bit monotone.
and it's a little bit like, you know what?
Imagine if he was commentate. Right, he can't. But imagine this was the scenario:
Yeah.
Edgbaston, 2005,
Oh, what? Vaughan
and
is.
he's commentating.
Thing is, though, what I don't like, he's like 1 minute he's like, yeah, England could definitely win. 30 minutes later, worst side I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I think that's just part of being part of the media, isn't it? They do that all the time.
I'm not a massive like Sky commentary fan.
We're media.
We're new media. I'm much more a Test Match Special fan.
Yeah, Test match.
But I think if you've got, NASA and Athers, Beefy.
you don't like beef,
I don't, but I think he's better than Michael Vaughan and Graham Swan. I'm a big Swanee fan, but I just think that coverage wasn't as good. And the bloke does F1.
Yeah, I know that annoys me, but he doesn't really. What annoys me is when you can tell.
He hasn't, when you say Mark Nicholas hasn't played a game of cricket in his life, even though he has.
Even though he's a captain of a county, but never mind.
This guy probably hasn't played a game of cricket. Charles Colville hasn't.
Right. Well, this guy, you can just tell, like you watch it with football as well, when someone's covering some football and they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And they just say, like, just painfully, like, obvious
But
stuff.
isn't that us to a
Like,
degree?
what? England, didn't they? They bowled too short in that session, didn't they? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't know what that means.
Right, let's continue with this. With
What?
this
Where?
game. Joe Root.
Joe Root, he's having a cry. His average must be insane. to look at.
47 this series. With a
What?
high score of 83. Well, he hasn't got not out, has he? Got one not out.
But they're all 50s.
Do you know he scored in 5 matches 5 50s.
Yeah.
9 innings. One of them's a not out. Does retired hurt count as a not out?
Must do. Yeah. Because it doesn't go down as the bowler's wicket, does it?
Then a run out doesn't.
No, but it's not a run out.
But then
But you don't aim. It's not a way of getting out to hurt someone. So
yeah.
no. I'll tell you something. I said, we'll finish the thing because that's
Well,
one of my predictions that
we-
I think I got bang on. But
We talked about Joe Root having to step up, didn't we?
yeah, let's
Hasn't
not
done
do
it.
it because
Hasn't done it.
I want to. Right, Milan.
David Milan. Do you want to know what
He's had a good series,
He's had a
hasn't he?
really good series.
He's had a good
Do you want
series.
to give you a few Milan stats?
Go on.
So Milan's been averaging 42 and a half. Top score of 140. 100 350s.
Yeah,
He's probably been England's standout player this series. I know
standout batsman.
we're going to get onto this. What?
I don't know if a bowler's outdone him though. So okay, yeah, standout.
We never picked up 20 wickets throughout the series in a game.
You don't need to win, do you?
Just wait for declarations. Well, that's why they bowled Moeen. Declaration bowling.
Get it over and done bowling.
There's a lot of chat about pushing Milan to 3.
Why? They're hoping for Trot. That's what they're hoping for.
Well,
he came in at 6, didn't he, or 5? Jotty. And I think, give him a go. 3. It's like, hello, winner.
You got to think about.
I think we've been overly harsh on Milan. He's the one guy both of us been like, this guy, how has he even got in the team?
Yeah, and to be honest with you,
said he came from village cricket.
Shall I find out his career stats?
They're probably all right.
I think he's probably like 35, I imagine.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah, but it's like, this is cricket. David Milan has actually been the saving grace for England. I mean, like, he's probably been the only positive to come out of this tour. Apart from, obviously, Cook breaking a few records.
I think he'd have to. The weird thing is, it's like he probably only has to have one bad series and he'll get dropped. Because Mo and Ali will never get dropped.
Milan's averaging 33.6
in his England career.
In his out of 10 tests, 17 innings.
Oh.
5 50s and 100.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take that. I'll take that.
But do you think you could move it to number 3, or I know
you could try it. Because
you've got to think about maybe Ben Stokes when he eventually comes back into this team will probably just fall straight back in there.
I saw a thing about him today.
Is he playing in the tests, or is it just the?
Not in the tests. He's not.
No, he's not been selected
the
for
ODIs. I think.
Is that for Australia or for? Is that against Australia or against New Zealand?
I think it's against Australia, but
well, we'll have to see. I have to see if he's.
Well, he'll come straight back into it, which means that Bairstow's going to bat lower, doesn't it? Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, Bairstow hasn't had a great tour, though, has he? And he picked up 5 in the first innings. This is what annoyed me about England. Is if we look at the top 5, they've all got in. I don't have to say it, but I'm going to. And they haven't made 100.
Yeah.
Now, compare that to an Australian scorecard, and at least one person goes on and goes big.
Yeah.
And goes big, gets daddy hundreds, you know?
Yeah.
England. Can England get daddy hundreds?
Well, yeah, because.
Yeah.
Cook went and did it, didn't he?
But like, Cook is Cook. Can the rest of them get a daddy? Honestly, can Vince face that amount of balls to go and get a daddy 100?
No.
Same with Joe Root. These days,
Joe Root can.
Yeah.
Joe Root can, but
he's not. He's choosing not to.
He can do it. I don't know. He's just in like a slump. But I don't think he should be captain.
Well, who would you give captaincy to?
It's difficult, isn't it? But I don't think Root. He doesn't give off an aura of a captain to me.
Yeah,
at all.
But we've had this. What do you want him dressed as a pirate? That's obviously a yes. So England,
I think he's unlucky, to be honest.
England find themselves at 220 for 3 before Root goes, right?
Yeah.
And they can only make 346. That's the same story we've been hearing throughout this series. Getting in and getting out. Bairstow bats 5. What happens when Stokes comes back in?
Batting 6, isn't he?
Bat 6. What happens when Stokes comes in?
He'll bat 7, and then Moen will be back at 8.
Has Moen got a career for England left?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. They won't drop him. He'll play until he gives up.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I don't think he should. They will. I don't know what he's got to do to get dropped.
Well,
I don't know what he could do to get dropped.
Do you want to know Johnny Bairstow's stats this tour?
Yeah, go on.
Go on. How do you think
made
he's
100, didn't he?
Yep, he's only one of 3 English batsmen.
You're right. He's made 32.
34.
34.
Which isn't bad, but that's not quite what we want.
It's not bad, but the batting is shaky at best, and he's batting out of position.
I think is he still batting out of position 6?
Yes.
But can you keep wicket and bat 5?
No, but can we not? Can we not have a wicket keeper?
Well,
we haven't got a spinner and we haven't got a wicket keeper. Can we have one of them?
Can you bat Johnny Bairstow 3? I don't think you can.
No.
And have a
he's not
keeper.
number 3. I'd like to see Route 3, Bairstow 4.
Milan 5.
That would be a cracking top.
Stoke 6.
I'd really like that top order.
Yeah. And then a keeper 7.
Yeah. Like, that would be... That's where you've got a cricket team where you're relying on batsmen to get the runs.
Rather than
just giving everyone the responsibility and no one doing it.
Do you think there is with all these all-rounders that we keep on seeing, a ambiguity about who makes the runs in this team?
Yeah, I think
There's an idea
we've
that
gone,
you don't need to step up, someone else will for you.
I think we've gone too far away from how you build a cricket side.
Is this more like an ODI team in the way that everybody can do a job?
It's more like a 2020.
Yeah.
It's more like a 2020 team.
And I think that's how in play these days. They'll bat quickly out of trouble rather than, you know, hankering in there. And
I couldn't see this England team getting over 600 runs against anybody.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Against anybody.
No, I couldn't.
It won't happen.
Moeen Ali's stats this.
What do you think he'd have to do to get dropped?
I think he's very close.
You think he's close? I don't think he's anywhere near to getting dropped.
What do you reckon he's averaged?
19.
Yeah.
19, that's shocking. I went low there to try and be disrespectful.
No 50s.
19.
He hasn't done it with
rubbish. He is a batsman.
He's like average like 120 odd with a ball. So what? What more can you do to get dropped?
Yeah, I don't understand. If he was a new player coming in, he would just be out of the door.
I think he's gone. You know.
I hope so.
And I think he should only be looked at as a batsman in the future.
Well, he said this in the last one.
I said, would you keep him in and around? And you said, I wouldn't. I'd make him go back to his county.
Yeah.
And then score runs.
Tell him he's not getting in as a spinner. Tell him to say to Worcester, you can bowl me, but I need to be batting. You're not getting picked as a spinner. If he went back to Worcester,
he'd bat at number 3.
Yeah, he did. And I think he got in. Well, he did get in the England team as a batsman for his batting for Worcester.
Yeah.
And because he took some fifers.
And when he was younger, before all this off spin, he was never. When I was a Worcester, his season ticket holder, whatever member, he was never regarded as a spinner at Worcester, even at Division 2 county level.
He isn't a spinner.
He's never been regarded as a spinner.
I think England don't have the bottle to have a spinner that isn't the finished article yet. So they've picked somebody who can just lob one up there, rather than an inconsistent spinner that might do something.
I've got an idea on what's happening, right? England have got this real hard-on about Moeen Ali.
Yeah.
They keep on bowling, they keep on picking like shit spinning options around him to make him look good.
What, you think they're doing that deliberately? Shut up.
Like, look at the last year, right?
Yeah.
Spinners we've had.
Yeah,
Dawson, Gareth Batty,
yeah,
and Sari, who's like a lawyer now.
Right.
Mason Crane's 20. No disrespect to Mason Crane. Probably got a future. Right. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
There's Jack Leach who's spinning it.
Yeah, but those are our spinning options. But my problem is they haven't been given a chance to be our spinning option.
Had Adil Rashid been given a chance?
Not in test matches, really, I don't think.
What about India tour when he picked up 25, 30 wickets and got hit for 4 runs over every week?
But at least he picked up wickets.
Yeah, but we slated him hard because there was a lot of long hops.
No,
that's how he named the podcast.
Right.
Should be called.
He is very inconsistent. I'd rather have a spinner that we bring on. Do you know what? Let's give up having a spinner to tie up an end. Because that's what that's why Moeen Ali's in the team. But
he can't do that. He can't even do that.
Yeah, but that's why he's there. And that's just rubbish.
We should have an attacking spinner that can both tie up an end in the first innings and attack in the second.
Right, that's a perfect spinner.
Graham Swan.
But I would and I want someone who will stay for the whole tour. But I would rather have an attacking spinner that we bring on to try and take a wicket.
That was one of the big problems about this tour was we had 4 of the same bowlers and a spinner that couldn't spin.
So I would much rather have Rashid. And especially if he's batting all the way down there, who cares? If we've got a proper batting order, then...
I know, I'm completely with you.
I don't want Rashid, but I'd rather have him than Moeen. What's Rashid not going to give you that Moeen does?
I suppose Rashid's not bad with the bat.
Yeah, but he's not going to get you 150, is he, against Sri Lanka to save you a test? But like, how often does Mo do that? Not often enough to keep him in the team.
Also, if we're going to talk about Mo's batting, then let's call him a batsman and get him in the team as a batsman.
Why isn't he competing for number 3?
Yeah.
We don't have a number 3.
Or number 5.
Yeah.
Moeen Ali at number 5 would actually be a nice move.
Yeah.
I think he's. You know when they say that players have scrambled brains. I
Yeah.
think Moeen's got a scrambled brain at the moment.
Well,
He needs
to
just
be
go away
fair,
and
we're
come
having a
back.
go, but England have messed him about
Oh yeah,
real
But
bad. He has been completely mismanaged.
I even think he's
Awful.
been disrespected from England.
I think, and do you hear England's coach? What's Bayliss?
Yeah.
He's going to call it a day after the next Ashes. Are you fucking joking me? Jesus Christ! Anyway, we still haven't got out of England's innings here. Right, we got all out for 346, which we thought was competitive for some reason.
I'll tell you what, Stuart Broad's. Have you watched Stuart Broad bat?
Oh, what?
In this
Where he
series?
just runs away and then throws the bat at it.
It's horrible.
I know it's
you remember
It
when he
doesn't.
used
It's not
to-
batting.
Remember when he play that crunch and cover drive off the back foot?
I remember when like Boycott would be like, "Oh, he looks like who was it? Gary Sobers." It was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's a young Gary Sobers." You looked at him
tell
like,
you what,
"Yeah, he looks talented." Here.
When Broady was young, and it was probably just after 09,
Yeah,
when everyone was like, "This
Well,
could be
in-
Freddie Flintoff."
yeah. In the '09 series, he was getting 50s.
Yeah, everyone
and
was
batting
just
like he was doing cameos at the back end of innings. You're like, Jesus Christ, but like this guy can bat.
almost like Wokes today, right?
Yeah,
Looked
but
good at the crease
probably
as
better.
well.
Probably
yeah, probably
better.
better.
Probably
well, you don't
better.
get 160 odd. I know it was the tests where Amir did the no balls, but you don't get 160.
That was a good bowling attack, though.
You don't get
against
160 odd
Pakistan.
against.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny, Broad. Oh, dear. Curran 39. He actually looked quite good at the crease, but
I wouldn't mind sticking with Curran.
oh, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind sticking with him.
I don't think he's a bad player. I like him actually, but he runs in like Mr. Burns.
He does look a bit like Mr. Burns.
I want
But
someone with pace.
yeah, I would stick with Curran and see what I think we need to have a look at changing up our bowling attack.
Most
don't we?
definitely.
As
Shall we-
to have something a bit different.
We'll leave that to the end, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
So England's
300,
kind of-
you're not out of the game, are you?
Ye-
346.
but it's not par.
great. It's not
450's
great.
got to be par on that, surely.
You want to be getting 400, I think.
It's the first time on the pitch.
You want to be getting 400.
at the very minimum.
You want to be getting 400.
Well, Australia.
But you
it's
can't,
just
you're not
horrible.
out of a game of cricket if you get 346.
No.
You're not out. You just need to bowl well. Go on then.
Bancroft.
Right.
Out. Quack.
Okay, so we get an early wicket. The opener, you're thinking
He's probably been the only Australian frontline batsman that hasn't performed. He got that a 50 not out, whatever, 60, 70, whatever it was in the first game when Australia won by the 10 wickets. Apart from that, he's actually been pretty poor on this tour.
yeah.
Do you think they'll bring in that other guy that my name's it's gone blank again?
Probably. I don't know who Australia are playing next, but
South Africa.
oh well,
That's a tough
it's a big shout then.
tour, eh?
It's a big shout.
Warner, who's done
Yeah,
all right throughout the series, picked
He's
up the
fine,
100.
isn't
He's
he?
got the 50s.
He's got quite a few 50s.
Khawaja, who I said was not great.
Yeah, big 100.
171. Crane gets his first wicket. Stumped Bairstow.
Yeah, nice. It's all right, but damage is done, isn't it?
170. Is Khawaja... I don't know why I'm asking this, but should he be making 171 against England?
This team, yes, he should be. If he's going to do it in Australia against this bowling attack, it's the time to do it. Yes.
Thing is
Should England
they've all made runs,
be
haven't they?
conceding 650 runs?
No, they shouldn't. Should they?
Like that is just... Unless the only way you could possibly justify that is when they did it in 09 at Cardiff.
Yeah.
And we got like 400 in the first innings. They got 600 and then we managed to bat out. Because the pitch is that dead.
Yeah.
That is the only time you can justify it. But they can't get 650 and then batter you. That just shows you got just an average at best bowling attack.
Smith actually gets out before 100, which is
Yeah,
been
weird.
unheard of. And Moeen got him.
Yeah, well done.
Steve Smith, right? I've been watching him bat a lot. This we all
No
have.
way.
That is
You're
just a
joking.
fact of
You're
cricket.
joking.
And I don't know. Maybe this speaking from an Englishman, but it's not enjoyable.
No, it looks awful.
Like, I would like to.
It looks really
I'd like
bad.
to hear from an Aussie to say, because do you remember when you used to watch Paul Collingwood bat? I'm not saying Collingwood's in the same
Yeah.
league, but
Right.
when Collingwood make a lot of runs, you'd still be like, oh,
He still looks technically better.
yeah. You'd still be like,
Steve Smith. Put it this way: if he was at school and a coach saw that, they'd be like, "You can't be doing that."
do you know what Graham Swan said? Graham Swan said, if I'd have played that cover drive in the nets at school, I'd be banned for 2 weeks.
Right? Yeah. It just. But maybe you need to rethink the coaching manual because it works. Although I honestly,
The thing is, though,
I know,
how does it work?
I know I'm really harsh on him.
Yeah.
Like way more than should be by all the stats. I do think he's capitalising on an international low of
Yeah,
cricket.
Yeah, you've said this many
But I do.
a time.
Like, this guy would not be making this sort of runs in like a strong era of cricket.
Why? How does he make so many runs? Because he starts off.
Well,
with
in Australia, he plays on batting pitches, and England don't have a bowling attack.
but let's just say generally,
Yeah, well, he does. He makes runs, a lot of runs anyway, doesn't he?
So he's got an average of over 60,
Right.
which you don't do that by just
No.
being
No.
a one-dimensional player at home. So he takes that big step across his stumps, right?
Yeah.
Moves from leg stump to off stump, really.
Yeah.
Or
Covers
even,
them all.
even more.
Yeah.
His bat starts off in and around like the slips, doesn't it?
No, it starts more like point.
Yeah.
It's like straight out. The toe of the bat is at slip. But all you need to do is make sure that the bat then gets straight again.
But how does he do that and then also in the half a second it takes from the ball to leave the bowler's hand to get up to him,
Yeah.
or the 2/3 of whatever it is the time. England probably, if they're playing Overton, it would take about 3 minutes to get to the other end. But how does he do all that with all that silliness he's doing and still pepper it away?
Well, there's a thing of having trigger movements, isn't it? And when you nailed, I find it really helpful batting, having a trigger movement. But his are just over exaggerated. They're just really big. But it obviously just helps him. He's obviously got a really good routine that he does every single time.
Is he one of the best ever?
No.
Can he be one of the best ever?
Well, if he keeps doing this, then he has to be, doesn't he?
Is he the best batsman in the world at the moment?
Yes. Who else would you rather have?
Well, I think him and Kohli. He's better than Kohli, but him and
Yeah.
Kohli are number 1 and 2. And then Joe Root and
I don't think Kane plays enough, does he?
Kane Williamson.
Kane Williamson would be. I think he would be up there.
But I
I'd
think.
love to have him in the England team.
Yeah. Do you know Steve Smith had the potential to have a British passport?
What?
Still not had him that dirty
No,
move.
I don't want him. No.
Okay, so he gets bowled out for 83,
Caught and
which
bowled.
is
Cute.
incredible.
Mo and Ali showing his all-rounder capability.
Yeah, with in the field as well.
Yeah. I don't think he's that good in the field, is he?
It's not ideal.
I think you've got to be now, really. But anyway, then the Marsh Brothers, which you have been overly harsh, I would say, which is an understatement of the Marsh Brothers.
can
And
we
they've both done well in this series.
Can we just
And even better in this game.
I was thinking about something the other day.
Joining quite a few brothers who have both got tons in the same game.
It's not. Yeah, I don't. There was a stat flying
The
around.
War Brothers.
Yeah.
Chappell Brothers.
So probably in the future, maybe the Root brothers, if Rooty gets.
Yeah. I picked him in my... But yeah, so please explain yourself because they've done really well.
Sean Marsh
Has killed it. He's killed it this series.
Yeah, definitely.
With bat and ball.
Fantastic. He's done probably been the second best, or if not one of the best players in the whole series. Scored an incredible amount of runs. Before the Ashes started,
And he's quicker than any of our bowlers.
That's Mitch.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're brothers, though, aren't they?
I read a stat that he'd been dropped 8 times or something. Apparently, someone lied to me and said he'd been injured a couple of times. And actually,
is he doing a Ravi? Ravi Bopara, where he made 3 back-to-back hundreds in his debut, and then they looked at where all the balls were bowled, and only 3 balls in his whole 3 innings were on the stumps.
Gilchrist, right?
I remember looking at that like, oh my god.
The West Indies are poor. That
Just
serious, aren't they?
they just didn't bowl. No, they bowled like literally 3 balls on the stumps in 3 innings.
Gilchrist said he touted at the start of the series, Sean Marsh do well and said he's actually been given a rough ride by the media and the public because of how many times he's been dropped.
I think
He's
he was.
done really well.
He also
Mitch-
had
I mean,
huge hype behind him, and then when
Early
it doesn't
on,
go
yeah,
well, that
yeah.
you then get harder rap.
Mitch
than
Marsh
most.
is dog shit. I don't know how he makes. I don't know how he makes runs. He can't bat. He can't bowl.
Right. Well, we know both of those are a lie.
Well, I don't know if he can bowl.
The one who can bowl quicker than the rest of our team.
No, he can't. He can't bowl shit. Mitch Marsh is terrible. Get out.
Right.
Payne.
I mean,
can't
I'd
score a
have him
run.
in the England team, but go on.
Okay, it is a stinky.
Can we
tail.
have Payne?
No.
Can we have Payne? That would sort an England problem out. I'd like to have Tim Payne.
I don't know.
Yeah, right, he's a wicket keeper who can bat. We don't have a wicket
He
keeper.
scored
And we need
one
a batsman.
first class 100
I don't care.
ever.
I don't care.
Ever.
I-
That's first class.
I don't care.
It's embarrassing that Mitch Marsh has looked good. That's embarrassing. I know he scored 200s and he's probably got a fantastic average.
Right, and he's bowled quite well.
He's bullshit.
You don't know that.
He's nothing special. I can't believe he's made runs. Sean Marsh, fair enough. He has looked good.
You were having a go at Sean.
Yeah,
more
I
than
know, I
Mitch
said he
at
was-
the
I said he
start.
was
You said
terrible.
Sean was dog shit.
I'm prepared to go back on that now.
Right.
But
Well, that is
Mitch
the worst
Marsh is
shout.
renowned. That's his
What, renowned for being shit?
for being the
I don't
badder
think
brother.
you're renowned for it and get in the Australian team. I don't think that happens.
Mitchell Stark. What is Cummins doing not to bat in front of Mitchell Stark as well in this team?
Well, Mitchell Stark can bat a bit.
Oh, can he buggery? Moeen Ali gets him out. Tim Payne, have we ever got him out?
Moeen Ali got Steve Smith out. Good bowler.
Keep him in the team for the next 20 years. Australia make, how many do they make? 600 and something.
649. 649.
Why don't you just stay up there to get the 650?
I'd go for the 1,000 against England.
Yeah.
I think they just knew they didn't have enough time.
Thing is, though, Cummins was probably due 100, wasn't he, really? Let's be honest. He's got a few 40s this game. He's probably averaged better. I'm not going to get the stats up.
No.
Can he be bothered? But average better than
We
Stoneman
don't want to
and
be
Vince.
embarrassed. He's done well. Yeah.
Crane, then, what do you think? One
I
for
don't.
193.
Yeah, listen, that isn't great, but
He almost got a double.
his economy's 4, which is poor.
Yeah.
But he's like you say, he's 20 years old. He's bowling leg spin in a dog team when we've already been smashed.
He picked up the
I
wicket
don't.
off the no ball.
Yeah, I don't. Listen,
How does that happen as a spinner? Honestly, how does that happen?
well,
Piss.
it really shouldn't, but it can do, obviously. But I don't think we can have a massive go at Crane. It's not great, but we needed to give him a go. He'll play.
Yeah.
He'll play more games for England with better chances of taking wickets in better situations than that. So I'm not discarding him before
No,
he's
listen,
even had a
mate.
go.
Broad's gone for the same run rate. And
Yeah.
Broad, it's Stuart Broad.
Exactly.
You know what? But Moeen Ali's picked up.
James Anderson, that is incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
He's had a good series.
That is
got a kind of
incredible. 34
1.65.
overs for 56 runs.
So
That is incredible.
Economy of 1.5 in a game where they score 650 runs is quite something.
It's insane.
He's had a good series. The bowling.
You were questioning whether he had it as well
And
before the series started.
Yeah,
But
and he certainly
he's
shown
still there.
that he still has that. It's hard to talk about the bowling because we just can't pick up wickets. We can't contain them, apart from Jimmy Anderson. Just get us back in swinging
Okay,
conditions. I'm
how much
bored.
difference do you think having a spinner
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and just a different
Oh.
sort of seam bowler would make?
Oh my god, it would be.
It would be everything, wouldn't it?
revolutionary.
It would be everything.
If you had a spinner, okay, I'm not sure Crane's the one for it.
No, but say Crane is your spinner, and
Okay.
then we replace Moen with just a different sort of pace bowler.
Or even Curran.
Well, I don't mind having because Anderson is getting a bit
fair
old,
Enough, fair enough.
and he's a swing bowler.
If
Isn't
you
he?
had Liam Plunkett in that team, I'd be happy. If you had
To replace Moen with Plunkett,
yeah, Plunkett can bat. I've called from Plunkett from day one.
yeah, and then Crane.
You know, Mark Wood.
For-
I wish he was consistent and could stay fit because I actually think he's going to be labelled as a limited overs bowler. I don't think he's made for the
it's a shame, really, because he's done all right. Well, he's played
but
in
we need
test
pace.
matches.
And there's a few guys knocking around the county scene.
I don't understand why
Not many,
Plunkett wasn't even on the plane.
Oh, God.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
And I think
they made some big mistakes, which we said.
would Stephen Finn made a difference? Is Stephen
No.
Finn's pace up there these days?
No, it's not. It's gone down. Since
Since
he's not allowed to punch the stumps, he can't bowl that fast anymore.
Oh,
He's like an 84-mile-an-hour bowler.
the thing is though, while we're talking about the bowling, let's talk about this series in general. England never. I think they bowled out Australia 3 times in the series.
Right. In 5 test matches. Jesus Christ.
I think that's the stat, and they never picked up 20 wickets.
Well, no. We didn't
Whose
win a
fault
game.
is that? Whose fault is that?
The bowlers.
Do you think?
I don't know.
No. Do you think that's the selector's fault? Whoever picks the team, because I'm not being funny or anything. You've been told again and again and again here that these bowlers aren't having 3 or 4 of the same bowler isn't a good idea.
Did we play the same team in any of the games?
It does probably not, but we've played the same kind of bowlers.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're just
There's no difference between.
we're
Tom,
swapping people out for the same player.
So Jimmy Anderson's done well, right? I don't want to label Jimmy in this, but Broad, Curran, Ball, Overton, Wokes, probably some other idiot in there.
Why isn't Broad on the chopping block
Don't say that.
for being a bowler?
Don't say that. Not worth it. Let's not go on there.
Why not?
He's fantastic.
What's he done?
Have you seen how beautiful the man is?
Since Stokes took that catch like 7 years ago? What's he done?
I don't know, hooked a few.
I mean, he's on the chopping block.
No, he's not.
He is.
But
If the
those-
rest of them are, he is as well.
the bowlers I've just lined up against the wall and got the gun out for, they're all the same. You know what? I wouldn't even mind Ryan Sidebottom on this tour.
Shut up, he's
I
retired.
honestly, I would have welcomed.
Just because he's a left armer.
I would have welcomed Sidey. I'm not even joking. That would have got Steve Smith in all sorts of trouble.
What about Batty? Batty? Get him in here.
I'd
Yarder.
I wouldn't mind Michael Yarder on this
Yeah,
tour.
just as some skidders. Listen,
Yeah, well, it's
if
better than
Moen
in my
Ali's
pants.
playing, let's give him
Yeah.
Can I have a go? Seriously, if any, listen,
Right.
there's got to be people listening who have connections. All I'm asking for is one net session, me and Moen Ali, and we'll see who's got more variations. Listen, all I'm asking for is an opportunity.
I've got a 22 yarder as well. And the moon ball.
22 yarder. That's what they play.
Is that what they play on? I thought it was 24 yards they play on. This is why I've never played the game.
22 yard. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've got the 18 yarder.
The 18 yeah. Fucking Crane has as well. Fuck me.
I'm here.
Right, come on.
No, honestly, let's go back to that point. Is it the selector's fault? Have they continuously, whether that's
Well,
Joe Root or whether that's Trevor
made-
Bayliss or the actual selector?
Their biggest problem was who they took on the plane, for starters. So, yes, it's the selector's fault.
Let's be honest.
And then where they bat people is also a problem.
Having 3 or 4 seam bowlers in the attack that are all the same is a problem. Batting players out of their position is a problem. AK
the lineup, all of them.
Johnny Bairstow.
Yeah.
Relying on shit all-rounders to do anything is a problem, right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
The spin department has been a problem, and I don't want to say that Crane picking up 1 for 193 is his problem. It's the selectors. You've brought a 20-year-old lad out on a 3-0 defeat, trying to do something in the last game. What's he going to do? What's he honestly going to do? He's not Shane Warne. What could he do apart from those?
Well, I mean, he might have done all right, but I just don't know.
Oh, but
whether it's just giving him an experience of getting battered. I don't know.
But
It's like this is what you'll get used to for the rest of your England career.
I don't want to see this idea of burying a player. Honestly, I think the selection process of England. You know what? This idea that it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it?
But it's a terrible idea.
It would
right?
work.
But I'm desperate.
I'd
now
like to see
I'm
it.
desperate for change.
Yeah.
This was a football team we'd have sackings left, right, and centre.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
would.
Oh well, the coach would have been gone ages ago.
And I'm not saying it's necessarily it should all fall on the coach. Coach, captain, selectors, something needs to change.
Yeah, all of those.
Whether
Coach,
that's the
captain and
ethos
selectors.
of ECB, then that needs to change. This has been laughable at times, this selection process. And you put that up against that Australian lineup. Let's just have a... We didn't talk about it. Let's go back to those Australian bowlers. You know, Stark comes back in the team, 2 for. Hazelwood, 2 for. Cummins, 4. Cummins has had a great tour.
Yeah,
I'd have him in the England team any day of the week. Mitch Marsh, dog shit. Nathan Lyon, England have started...
That is quite bad, actually.
Nathan Lyon starting to not take so many wickets against England, but at least held up an end in the first innings, which is more than Espinel, we can say. But Australia, they probably, 300 ahead come the third innings.
Yeah, should we just get it over with?
Right. Joe Root makes 58 and retires first.
I can just run 10, 0, 18, 58, 5, 38, 13, 23, 4, 2, 2, 7.
But, right.
It's not that far off looking at like a high school game of cricket.
It's
like where you got one batsman.
I think we would have won that game. Joe Root, good form. Tom Curran, good form. Both not out. Could have pipped it back a bit.
Yeah.
Australia win by 123 runs and an innings, with Cummins picking up 4, Lyon the 3, Hazelwood 1, so is Stark. Cummins has had a great series. I think Cummins probably been one of the pick up there with Smith, Sean Marsh.
They're going to be peed they didn't beat us 5-0. Golden opportunity to smash England 5-0.
Yeah, but I think they're still...
Oh no, it's all right, but it should be really hard, like impossible to beat a team 5-0.
Yeah.
This was another golden opportunity to smash us 5-0.
So go on then. What were you going to put the back end of this podcast to be about?
I was gonna look ahead to the New Zealand podcast, but the series, but I think we should save that for a separate podcast because we're going to have some time between.
We've got the ODIs coming up.
True. But I was just saying before the series started, I thought that the batting is where, if we were going to win, the batting is where we would have to fire.
Yeah, which we didn't.
We didn't, and we got smashed.
We didn't fire in the bowling either, so we were going.
No, I know, but in Australia, you got to bat.
Oh, you've got to be making 450, 500.
You got to bat, and we can't do it. Do I not really think we have? Well, we don't really have the batsmen to do it. But even if they were, say they were, and they did have the capability, they're the fucking wrong order.
How much does Ben Stokes add to this team?
Another 30 runs, and someone who can bowl short. He's just adding. He's adding all the things we're complaining about back in. Another one. You can field. I don't know. Maybe a bit of motivation. Maybe a bit of fire. Maybe someone who cares. He is angry, but because he cares.
Yeah, but does he care?
He's competitive. These guys don't convince me they're competitive. This England team.
Well,
they don't convince me they go out there to win. They might be going out there trying not to lose, but they don't convince me that they're trying to win. Ben Stokes, I think he tries to win all the time, which is why he's so angry, because we usually lose.
So what about Duckett?
What about him?
Bairstow.
Well,
headbutt, pint twins.
We're just around. Repeating ourselves here. We have batsmen. We just
stick them in the right order. Get the right people.
We need to put them in a right order.
Stop playing like you're playing an ODI
Listen,
game.
I don't even want more batsmen. I'll settle for the batsman we've got.
Yeah, no,
I'll settle for the batsman we've got. I would like a wicket keeper and a spinner.
Bat properly.
And then a good coach. Properly. I want a spinner, a wicket keeper, and a batting coach. Yeah. I want a coach, a really good coach who comes in with a philosophy and tries to change the England team. Goes, do you know what? It's not going to get any worse. We're going to start with a philosophy here, and we're going to build on it.
What should the philosophy be? Don't get out. Oh no, it sounds simple.
Test match cricket. I'm picking test match cricket players. I'm not picking people because they do well in an ODI and scored 100 off 80 balls. I'm picking Test match players.
So Crane.
And everyone,
Oh,
we're not
yeah,
having
yeah.
a summer. You're all going back to county cricket.
There has been talk, before we end, there has been talk about Michael Vaughan brought up the point to say, hey, why don't you go and play a couple of your first class games abroad?
Mm-hmm.
So start off the season by going to Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
going to South
Australia.
Africa, Australia, India,
Yeah.
and going to play those
Why
games
not?
abroad, play with the Kookaburra ball,
Yeah,
because
have a go.
you're all dog shit when it comes to it. I just say we just play cricket all year round in England. Just get like a mega dome thing on the top of it.
Megado.
I don't know what a mega dome is. You know the thing on the Simpsons movie
Right. Oh, yeah, okay.
when they just drop it.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
Is
it'd
it
swing
12
round
if
more?
you hit the very top? Jesus.
Right, want to end it there?
Yeah, let's call it a day, innit? Leave some comments. I mean, how would you fix it? Because something needs to happen.
Well, I'd pay someone a lot of money,
Something needs to happen.
bowl a few no balls.
Cute. Something needs to happen to sort it out. If I had to just simplify it, I want a motivated coach, not
Yeah.
someone who goes, we'll give it one more year. I want a wicket keeper and a spinner.
What about?
I don't even want the finished. I don't even want the best in the world.
No.
I just want one that's recognised.
What about a
Is
drinking
that-
culture?
Keep it going. I think it's good socialising.
What about a punchy culture?
I don't mind punchy punchies. Listen, I want a recognised wicket keeper, which we don't have, and a recognised spinner, which we don't have, and a coach who gives a shit, who isn't from the opposition's country. That's all I want
Well, thank
for
God
Christmas.
the tour's over. It's not. We got the ODIs. How do you see the limited overs stuff going?
Oh, it could be. I don't care. Anything could happen in it. ODIs. I don't know. England might smash it. I don't know. They're batting pitches, aren't they? They'll probably go mental. Owen Morgan go out there and go "Wing!" with his fucking big cloudy forearms, and
Right.
I don't know.
Would it be funny if Liam Plunkett takes 5
Oh,
hits?
he just murder it. Because he's murder it. Like, sorry. Is he
Right.
even picked? I bet they haven't.
Yeah,
picked
no,
him.
he's
bet
been
they haven't.
He is.
I bet you they don't play him. Right.
Right, let's
Call it a day.
call it a day.
I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Sorry we complain so much, but it's really hard to do anything else, really. And we should congratulate Australia, but we're never going to go over it in detail.
If you've enjoyed this, obviously give it a like. New subscribers,
Well, if you're new and you
Needed.
haven't subscribed, you should, is what you meant to say.
comment, follow us on the Twitter.
We like the comments because
Yeah.
if they go against our opinion, we like to then try and gun them down when we bring them up.
Do you remember we had that argument with that one bloke that went on for quite a while?
Yeah, let's leave it there.
All right, over and out.
Yeah, cheers, guys.